Welcome back, everyone, to the All Sports Network. Bucks and Hawks. This series has been a little weird. The Bucks. Goodness gracious, though. It's so weird thinking the series is tied. Honestly, like I know the Hawks. They came off an impressive Game 7 and all that though, but the Sixers are a way worse team than the Nets. A way worse team than the Nets, in my opinion. Maybe not in terms of talent, but in terms of like the way they play and all that. Though the Nets, with Kyrie and James Harden healthy, they go to the finals, in my opinion, like without a doubt. But yeah, no. Anyways, so I assumed that Milwaukee would be able to finish. He would be able to beat Atlanta in like 5 games. At most 6. And now the series looks like it's probably gonna go to like 7 or something. Because oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I can't believe that Lou Williams had a really good playoff game. Like it's that's honestly so weird. Like Lou Williams, I have always he's always been really bad in the playoffs. Like you know, there have been so many times where he's just borderline like unplayable, and now when the team desperately needs it, he really stepped up. With Trey Young out and all that. I remember in the podcast saying that Lou Williams is probably better than Rondo for this team because he literally is like a very he's like a much worse version of Trey Young, you know. And so that's why I feel like this team probably works better with him playing point. But my gosh, like the fact that he was able to make so many shots like he did, and some of the passes and the lobs. Oh my gosh, like I can't believe it was Lou Williams doing that. Honestly, um, Draymond Green, I think he tweeted like, "Oh, Lou Williams has got this though," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Draymond!" Like I remember thinking like he's one of the highest IQs in the NBA today, and he thinks that he's retarded. Or that's a retarded thought in my opinion. And then nope, it's like yeah, no, these NBA guys definitely know a lot more than me, and a lot more than most people. Obviously, 99% of the people in the world. Because oh my gosh, like Lou Williams did it while playing 35 minutes. Like when has Lou Williams ever played 35 minutes in a playoff game? I think this is probably the first time it's ever happened. Honestly. But yeah. Anyways. Clint Capella though, he was pretty good. Anytime that he played, John Collins, he wasn't the best, but I don't think he's as bad as a lot of people say he was. Honestly, like, I know he played maybe a little bit more than he should have, but I don't think he was as bad as a lot of people say he was. Bogdanovich though came up big, and so I thought that was awesome. It's weird too because whenever Bogdanovich scores, you'll see a lot though. It's like, oh, 20 points, 18, 18 points or whatever though. But a lot of time it looks like he went off for like 27, 30 or whatever though, just because the shots that he makes and all that though. You would think he made a lot more though, or the runs he goes on. It's like, oh, he actually didn't have that many points to begin with, and he ended up with whatever. But yeah, no. So, Bogdanovich though, yeah, no, he was good tonight. But yeah, on the Bucks side though, Giannis got injured. Gosh, and it's one of those things though where it's like maybe we should have saw it coming just because now is something we should probably be expecting with all of these stars left, with some of the stars left. I mean, um, just because yeah, that was a lot of it was a lot of games in a short amount of time, and then the playoffs and all that stuff though. And gosh, yeah, no, I feel bad. I feel bad for Giannis. He was if it's really really bad, he doesn't come back. That's gonna suck because this year's probably his best year to win a championship. You know, and that would just that would be terrible, honestly. Because I mean, next year it's only gonna get harder. Um, you gotta keep in mind that both conferences, they're only gonna get harder. It's only gonna get harder and harder to win a championship, and so um, that sucks honestly because I'm a big Giannis guy. I wanted to see him win the title. But yeah, I could things some of the reports could be wrong though, and it could just be a minor thing, and he can come back and he's perfectly fine, which I hope is the case. Honestly, I I hate when players get injured. Honestly, even if it's like a team like Golden State or whatever in 2019, it's like player injuries to me are just super crappy. I know they're a part of the game, but if there's one thing I can remove from basketball, it would be injuries. Honestly, just because which is they suck. Honestly, they suck. They affect players' career. They affect players' money and all that. Though they suck. But anyway, yeah, no, continuing. The Bucks, yeah, they didn't do that well. Honestly, Drew Holiday, he had a pretty solid game though. Chris Middleton needs to step up. Um, I think they're undefeated when he scores 30 or 30 plus. And with Giannis being out and all that, though, I think Chris Middleton should look at that and been like, "Yep, it's my time to score." But yeah, hopefully he does it next game. Honestly, they need a 30 piece from him really bad. Um, and Drew Holiday, yeah, he probably needs a little bit more scoring. I mean, what he did today is like average. It's like what the usual from Drew though, but scoring wise, I do believe he needs to step up. That's another thing too, though, is that Lou Williams did this, while being guarded by like Drew Holiday at times. It's freaking insane. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, no. The Hawks though, they shot it like way better, um, than the Bucks though. So obviously that had a big thing to do with it. But yeah, no, the NBA is just so weird, man. Kawhi's out, Trey is out, now Giannis is out, and my God, like man, the NBA, they need to do something, man. Like if you can't, if the schedule's gonna be really crammed, honestly, there's gonna be so many games and all that though. Just have way a lot less games. Honestly, this year would have probably been a lot better if there were only maybe 55, 60 games. I know maybe that just can't happen because of scheduling conflicts or whatever though, but something that I feel like should be talked a lot more. But the players association, I mean, they okayed this. I assume they looked at the schedule and been like, "Holy crap! Like we're gonna be playing like 3, 4 games a week at times." Like goodness like I can't believe they agreed to that. Because now at the start of the playoffs, so you in not even the playoffs, but just in the regular season, you saw the repercussions of that. These games, they're NBA games. You can't play too many short amount of time. Of course, these guys are world class athletes, but I mean, I believe they should look at them and been like, yeah, it's gonna be a little too much though. We don't want our guys getting injured though, and sadly, that's what happened though this year. The amount of guys that were injured, the amount of guys that played through injuries, even aside from the scheduling things, like you have guys like Russ who played with like a torn quad for like the first half of the year. Joel Embiid played with like a torn meniscus in the Hawks series. It, gosh, these guys are really giving it their all. You know, so yeah, the NBA needs to do something about it. The Players Association needs to do something about it, in my opinion. Going into the off season, because a lot of things suck though. Like if it was handled a lot better, Jamal Murray probably doesn't tear his ACL. You know, um, you know, and the Nuggets might be on their way to the finals. Like there's so many weird things. Um, I mean, of course, all those things are hypotheticals. I don't actually believe they would have ended up going to the finals, but yeah. Hopefully next year's better. This year, in my opinion, a lot of people like to say that the 2020 championship isn't worth that much, and honestly though, like if you believe that, you should believe that the 2021 championship isn't hold that doesn't hold a lot of value either, just because of all the stars that were injured and whatnot though. So yeah, hopefully next year we get a much healthier season, because it sucks seeing players injured. So yeah, no, just people gotta do something about it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time.